Do you remember when CAC said they were cancelling companies and we thought they were bluffing? The then Registrar General released a statement that the statuses of businesses that have not filed their annual returns would be changed from inactive to struck off, which means these businesses will be removed from CAC's register. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I'm going to insert a video clip of the announcement.
They will still leave the register. We'll change their status from inactive to struck off. But before doing that, we'll publish the names of these companies and give them opportunity to come and update these records. If they fail to update within the defined time frame, then their status will change.
So you can see. So that was August 2023. Today is June 2024, and I'm here to tell you that CAC has started cancelling businesses from their records. This is not a joke. This is not a situation of I heard somebody telling me or I heard from another lawyer. No. What I'm telling you is first-hand information. Somebody literally DM'd me about 2 weeks ago and they were telling me that, they looked up their company on CAC's records and realized that the status was showing struck off. So I asked him to give me his company's name. He sent it to me. I did a search on the back end and I actually saw that he was right. It was struck off. It has been struck off from the register, right? And the reason why it was struck off, it was because his company has been inactive for about 10 years, right? And now CAC, after issuing that announcement, warning business owners, warning companies to go and file, after issuing that and giving some grace period, they've now started striking off names, and now his company has been struck off from the record of registered companies. Now, you may be wondering, well, if my business is inactive and the amount I need to pay to file, annual returns and default fees is actually a lot, why can't I just register a new business or start a new company and just start afresh and abandon the other one that is inactive and the fees is a lot for me to clear, right? You may be thinking this, and this was actually one of the questions that this person that DM'd me asked me, right? He was wondering, is it an option? Can I just do away with the old company and register a new company and begin to use that for my business, my deals, my operations, right? That may not even be a solution for you anymore. Maybe that could have been a solution a few years ago, but as of today when I'm talking to you, CAC has stated that if your company remains inactive, you don't file your returns to activate it, and then it goes from inactive to struck off. Even though your company has been struck off, CAC has stated that they will begin to file lawsuits against people, that's the business owners, the directors of these businesses and companies. Against them, they'll be filing lawsuits against these directors and business owners in their personal capacity so that they can recover both the filing fees and the default fees. So what I'm basically saying is that there's no running away. Even if you abandon the company or you abandon the business and you start a new one, you will still have to pay the default fees. You will still have to pay the late payment fees, right? So why not just do the needful before it gets struck off and file your annual return so you can avoid all these issues? Now, that was not even the issue with this particular founder that I was telling you reached out to me in the DMs. I can't go into, obviously, the details of his business, his company, the operations for confidentiality reasons, right? But what I can tell you is that due to the strategic position of that company, the company that was struck off, in the entire portfolio of companies that founder had, he had no choice. He had no choice but to try to get his company back because of that, the position of that company within the portfolio of his other companies. So he didn't have a choice. He had to go and find a way to get it back. And so what does that entail? If your company is struck off from CAC's register, how do you get it back? So first of all, because CAC is your corporate regulator, is the corporate regulator of your business. Once you register with CAC, whether as a business name or a company, CAC is your regulator. And as your regulator, they've stated that you need to file returns with them every year to inform them that you are still intending to carry on business in Nigeria. And so they still permit you to carry on business in Nigeria, because that's the benefit of registration. It's CAC giving you the right to do business in Nigeria. And so in order to continue to have that right to do business in Nigeria, you need to file your returns every year to notify your regulator that I'm still here, I'm still a going concern, I'm still doing business in Nigeria. And so that's what your annual returns is for. Now, if you don't file your annual returns every year, your status will go from active to inactive. If you continue to still delay and fail to file your annual returns, it will now go from inactive to being struck off completely. So what that means is that whenever somebody goes on the public portal to do a search on your company, so maybe you are applying for a grant, or you put in a bid for a contract, or you apply for a visa, or any type of business opportunity, and they're going to do their due diligence on your business, on your company, to ascertain the status of your business, and they go on CAC's portal. If it's inactive, they're going to see there that your business is not a going concern. An inactive status is telling the whole world that you are not doing business. Once you go from active to inactive, it means you're no longer doing business. Once you go from inactive to being struck off, it means that your business no longer exists. And so at the point of being struck off, you can't just reach out to any lawyer in your network, reach out to me to say, oh, Bolaji, can you please help me file my annual return so that I can go from struck off to active. Once it's struck off, you can't go back to active just like that. It's a whole process. It has gone beyond the stage of just filing your annual returns or just paying the default fees, right? What you now need to do at this point is to gather your company documents. You need to file an application before the Federal High Court judge and state reasons in your application why you failed to file. You have to give reasons why you want the company to be reinstated, and seek an order of the court for CAC to begin the process of reactivating your business or your company. Now, I don't need to tell you this is going to cost way, way more. The cost of all the filing, cost of the filing application in court, cost of getting the services of a lawyer will cost you way, way more than just fulfilling your compliance requirements of filing your annual returns every single year, right? So, by the way, if you didn't know, when you are a registered business name with CAC, you are required to file your annual returns every year by 30th of June every year. So, for example, you need to file the annual returns for 2023 before 30th of June 2024. So, if you've not done that, you need to file your annual returns. If you know that your business is inactive, I hope you realize now that you can no longer wait. You can't keep putting it off. You can't keep postponing it, because it's no longer just payment now that is the implication. Your business also at risk of being struck off from CAC's records, because this is a wake-up call for all of us. CAC is not joking. CAC was not bluffing, and they are serious with their implementation mandate of striking off businesses that are inactive. And I'm sure nobody wants that for their business, right? So what you want to do is make sure you file your annual returns. Currently, I'm offering a discount on my annual returns filing service, just as a way to encourage business owners and founders to file their annual returns before this June 30th deadline, right? And that's why I'm running this discount. All you need to do is click the link in the description, send me the name of your business, right? Or the name of your company, exactly how it is on your CAC certificate. And then I'll tell you how many years you need to file to get your business from inactive to active, right? And then once your business is active, there is also something I've created recently that will keep your status active forever, right? I mean, I feel like that's the dream, that's the ideal situation. I've had so many instances where people repeat, my clients come back year after year, but sometimes they miss the deadline, and so we have to pay default fees. So ideally, the ideal situation is a situation where you file every year before the deadline, so you're paying the minimum fee possible. You're not paying extra late fees, you're not paying extra default fees, right? So I created a way for your status to remain active on CAC's portal forever. And the way that works is it's a subscription of 15,500 naira every year, right? So automatically once you sign up, every year you automatically get debited. I receive your payment. I go ahead and file your annual returns before the deadline, and your status will continue to remain active. So there's no fluctuating between active to inactive, not to talk of it getting to the point where CAC is striking off your business or your company from their records. I'll put the link for that in the description as well if you're interested. And it's only 15,500 per year, but that's because one, you're not filing late fees. That's why it's that price. And two, this is actually the early bird price. By the end of 30th, I'm going to up the price to 25,000 per year. So you want to get in now so you can save year on year. That's everything I wanted to share with you regarding annual returns. The fact that they are serious, they are not joking, they are standing on business, and you also need to stand on business to protect your business from getting cancelled, from getting struck off from CAC's records. Okay? So if you have any questions on annual returns, on getting your business active, on the online subscription, on the yearly subscription, just drop it in the comments. I will respond to every single question. And that's all for today's video. I plan to post a new video every week on this channel. So I'm not yet decided on Mondays or Tuesdays, but for now I'm committed to one video every week. So make sure you subscribe again to this channel, and I'll see you next week for the next video.